Hey guys, this is test 29 game 2. This is the Mannequins game. It is a matching game, also known as assignment. We are assigning the colors navy, red, yellow to the hat, jacket, and skirt on each of the mannequins. And then it turns out that mannequin 1 will also get the red tie. Now there are a couple of rules governing the placement of these colors. The first rule tells us that neither mannequin has all three colors, so I drew NRY, navy, red, yellow, in a vertical knot block because those three colors will never appear vertically on the same mannequin. The second rule tells us that each mannequin has a hat that is different from the color of its jacket, so I drew hat, jacket, XX, X being in the color with a slash through it because those things will never occur vertically on the same mannequin. That tells us that mannequin 2 gets the navy skirt and mannequin 1 gets the red tie. So these are the general rules governing the game. Of course, mannequin 2 is not getting any tie at all, so I drew an X there. Very little in the way of the initial setup here. Most of the work in this game will occur in the questions themselves. Question number 7, general orientation question. We just want to take one rule at a time and apply that rule to all 5 choices, looking for violations. So the first rule that we can use is something like, we never have navy, red, yellow occurring on the same mannequin. So A has NRY all on the same mannequin, so therefore A is eliminated. We can look through the others to check for that just in case. So hold in your head navy, red, yellow, checking through all of the rules. Don't see any other violations here, so let's move on to the next rule, which is that the hat and jacket of a mannequin cannot be the same color. We've already looked at A, don't need to look at that again. B has red on both the hat and jacket of mannequin 1, unacceptable, so B is eliminated. We can look through the others just in case, and we do indeed find that choice E, as in echo, has yellow on both the hat and jacket of mannequin 1. That is unacceptable, so for that reason E is eliminated. We can also check to make sure that we have the red tie specifically on mannequin 1, and we end up finding that choice E does not have a red tie on 1, so that is not going to help us out here, unfortunately. We've already eliminated E. C and D are both good on that issue. So now let's look for the rule that we need to have navy skirt on 2, and if we look at the choices here, we will find that choice C does not have a navy skirt on 2, so for that reason, C is eliminated and D is our answer to number 7. Next, number 8. By the way, one thing we could have additionally placed here was that mannequin number 1's skirt will be either red or yellow because mannequin 2's skirt is navy and we do not have more than one article of clothing in a particular color of each type. So for that reason, if 2 has a navy skirt, 1 will have the red or yellow skirt. Anyway, number 8 is asking us a general could be true question. Just basically each of these choices each of the wrong answers here is going to violate one of the initial rules of the game. So if we look at choice A here, mannequin 1 has the navy jacket and yellow skirt. Well, then mannequin 1 would end up having all 3 colors because it has to have the red tie as well. So for that reason, A is eliminated for number 8. B, 2 wears the red hat and red jacket. That's violating the rule that hat and jacket on a mannequin have to be of different colors. So for that reason, B is eliminated. C, mannequin 1 wears one article of clothing specifically. That would, of course, be the red tie. The problem here is that if all of hat, jacket, and skirt were some other color, we would end up having the hat and jacket be the same color, which violates the second rule of the game. Or we would end up having all 3 colors. Either way, unacceptable. For that reason, C is eliminated. D, mannequin 1 has 3 yellow articles of clothing. That would be, of course, hat, jacket, and skirt because the tie is red. Hat and jacket being the same color, both yellow, violates the second rule. For that reason, D is eliminated and E is our answer. We'll look at E, of course. 2 wears no red articles of clothing. That would be fine. We could have 2 with a navy hat and yellow jacket, or yellow hat and navy jacket. Either way, that is fine, so E is our answer for number 8. Next, number 9. If mannequin 1 has the navy jacket, what could be true? So let's put down a navy jacket on mannequin 1 and see what happens. So if 1 has the navy jacket, 2's jacket cannot be navy, it will be either red or yellow. Now, if 1 has the navy jacket, 1's hat cannot be navy, it will have to be red or yellow. Now, remember that mannequin 1 cannot have all 3 colors, nor can mannequin 2, of course. So we end up running into a problem here. If 1 has the navy jacket, its hat cannot be yellow, because then we'd have 1's hat being yellow, its jacket being navy, its tie being red. So for that reason, we are not going to have any yellow articles of clothing on mannequin 1. It's going to be red hat, navy jacket, red skirt, red tie. Now mannequin 2 is not going to have a red hat because mannequin 1 has a red hat. Its hat is going to be navy or yellow. Now it turns out that although this seems good right now, 2's hat cannot actually be yellow, because if 2's hat was yellow, it would be yellow hat, yellow jacket, unacceptable, or yellow hat, red jacket, navy skirt, all 3 colors, violating the first rule of the game. So for that reason, 2's hat will actually be navy, it turns out. So keep this in mind. This is the actual state of affairs for question number 9. Run through the choices as you ask yourself what could be true. Could mannequin 1 have the yellow hat? No, we eliminated that possibility. It turns out 1's hat is actually red. A is eliminated. B, 1 wears the yellow skirt. No, we eliminated that possibility as well. 1's skirt has to be red, so B is gone. C, 2 wears the red hat. No, 2's hat is specifically navy, so for that reason, C is gone. D, 2 wears the yellow hat. No, we eliminated that possibility from the outset here. 2's hat is navy. D is gone, leaving E by elimination. And if we look at E, 2 wears the yellow jacket. Yes, that is possible. 2's jacket could be yellow or red. Either way, we're good, so yes, E is possible, and our answer for number 9. Next, number 10. If all 4 red articles of clothing were included, what must be true? So I've laid out here 2 different possibilities for how we could have all 4 red articles included. We could have, of course, red tie as always. 1's skirt will have to be red because, of course, 2's skirt is not going to be red. It is always navy. Then for the hat and jacket, there are 2 different possibilities that result. Either 1's hat is red and 2's jacket is red, or 1's jacket is red and 2's hat is red. Those are the 2 different ways we could include all 4 red articles of clothing on the 2 mannequins. So let's look at what else results from this. If 2's jacket was red, 2's hat would have to be navy in order to avoid violating either of the first 2 rules of the game. 2's hat cannot be red because we would violate the second rule, and 2's hat cannot be yellow or we would violate the first rule. So for that reason, 2's hat will have to be navy in this case. On the diagram on the right, if 2's hat is red, 2's jacket would have to be navy, again in order to avoid violating those first 2 rules of the game. Now, on the left possibility, we could have 1's jacket being either navy or red. Either of those is possible. In the diagram on the right, we could have 1's hat being either navy or yellow. Either of those possibilities is perfectly fine. So keep these 2 possibilities in mind as we run through the choices for number 10. What must be true? 1 wears the red hat. Happens on the diagram on the left, but not the diagram on the right, so A is eliminated. B, 1 wears the yellow jacket. That could happen in the diagram on the left, but does not happen in the diagram on the right, so for that reason, B is eliminated. C, 2 wears the navy jacket. Happens on the right, not on the left. C is gone. D, 1 wears no navy articles of clothing. In either of these possibilities, we could have a navy article on 1, so D is eliminated, leaving E by elimination. Looking at E, 2 wears no yellows. That happens in both of the possibilities for 2. 2 is always navy red only. Navy red navy or red navy navy. Either way, no yellows appear. E is our answer for number 10. Next, number 11. if 2 wears the red jacket, what does 1 have to wear? So 2 wearing the red jacket, I'm going to list that on the diagram. 2 wears the red jacket. That would force 2 to wear the navy hat in order to avoid violating either of the first 2 rules. Now, what's happening with regard to 1? Well, if 2 has the red jacket, 1's jacket will be either navy or yellow. And if 2 wears the navy hat, 1's hat will be either red or yellow. At least it appears at first glance. Now, it turns out that if 1 had the yellow hat, we would run into some problems. If 1 has the yellow hat, if 1 wears the yellow hat, 1's jacket cannot be yellow also, or we will violate the second rule of the game. And if 1's hat is yellow and 1's jacket is navy, we would end up with Y and R, all 3 colors, also unacceptable. So for that reason, 1 having the yellow hat actually turns out to be impossible. 1 has to wear the red hat in this particular scenario. So for that reason, B's our answer for number 11. However, I will run through the other choices as well. Must 1 wear the navy hat? No, of course not. 2 has the navy hat. 1's hat is red. A is eliminated. C. 1 wears the yellow hat? No, again. 1's hat is red. We eliminated yellow as a possibility, so C is gone. D. 1 wears the red skirt? No, 1's skirt could be either red or yellow. Either one is possible. D is gone. E. 1 wears the yellow skirt? Possible, but 1 could also wear the red skirt. So for that reason, E is gone, leaving B's our answer for number 11. Next, number 12. If all 3 yellow articles were included, what could be true? So I've laid out here 2 different possibilities regarding the placement of the yellow articles. 1's skirt will have to be yellow in order to have any yellow skirt at all, given that 2's skirt has to be navy, according to the 3rd rule of the game. So regarding the hat and jacket, it could either be 1's hat is yellow and 2's jacket is yellow, or 1's jacket is yellow and 2's hat is yellow. Those are the 2 different possible layouts of yellow articles of clothing. So these are the 2 only possibilities for question number 12. Now they're asking us what could be true, but before we get to that, let's lay out what inferences we can make here. If 2's hat is yellow and its skirt is navy, of course, its jacket will have to be navy as well in order to avoid violating the first 2 rules of the game. On the diagram on the left, if 2's jacket is yellow, then its hat will have to be navy, once again, in order to avoid violating the first 2 rules of the game. Now, we have to avoid having all 3 colors on the same mannequin. So for that reason, on mannequin 1 in the diagram on the left, its jacket will have to be red in order to avoid violating either of these first 2 rules. And on the diagram on the right, 1's hat will have to be red in order to avoid having the same color on hat and jacket or having all 3 colors. So these are the 2 specific possibilities for question number 12. Now they're asking us what could be true. Let's run through the choices. Mannequin 1 has the navy jacket. That does not happen in either. Its jacket is either red or yellow, and A is eliminated. B. 1 wears the yellow jacket. Yes, that could be true. It happens in the diagram on the right, so B is our answer to number 12. I will run through the other choices, though. C. 1 wears the red skirt. 1's skirt is yellow in both scenarios, not red, so C is gone. D. 2 wears the red hat. No, its hat is navy or yellow, never red. D is gone. E. 2 wears the red jacket. No, 2's jacket is yellow or navy, but not red. So E is eliminated, leaving B is our answer if you didn't get it before. Next, number 13. If mannequin 1's skirt is the same color as mannequin 2's jacket, what must be true? So I've laid out 2 different possibilities here regarding how that could happen. Either 1's skirt is red and 2's jacket is red, or 1's skirt is yellow and 2's jacket is yellow. This is based upon the main diagram where the skirt has to be either red or yellow, but never navy, because 2's skirt is always navy. So these are the 2 main possibilities for question number 13. Now, they're asking us what must be true. Before we get to that, let's make some inferences. If 2's jacket is red, then 2's hat will have to be navy because the skirt is navy and we cannot have all three colors, nor can we have the same color on hat and jacket. In the diagram on the right, 2's hat will have to be navy for the exact same reasons. Now, there's still a great deal of ambiguity regarding what's happening on the hat and jacket, but we can actually limit those possibilities a great deal. On the left, if 2's hat is navy, 1's hat will be red or yellow. If 2's jacket is red, then 1's jacket will be either navy or yellow. On the right, 2's hat is navy, 1's hat is red or yellow. 2's jacket is yellow, so 1's jacket is red or navy. So those are the initial layouts. However, we can actually limit them further. On the left, 1's hat cannot actually be yellow, because if it was, 2's jacket yellow violates the second rule, and 2's jacket navy leads to yellow, navy, red, all three colors, violating the first rule. So for that reason, 1's hat cannot actually be yellow here, it will actually have to be red. And then on the right, similar limitation, 1's hat cannot actually be red, because if it were, we would have red, red on hat and jacket, violating the second rule, or red, navy with hat, jacket, violating the first rule regarding all three colors. So for that reason, in the diagram on the right, 1's hat will actually be yellow. So this is the new limitation here. Additionally, we can infer that 1's jacket now will not be navy, because if it were, we would have Y and R, all three colors, unacceptable. So on the right, 1's hat is yellow, 1's jacket is red. Things are limited far more than they might have initially appeared. So now let's run through the choices regarding what must be true. Must mannequin 1 have the yellow hat? Happens on the right, but not on the left. So for that reason, A is eliminated. B, 1 has the yellow jacket. Must that be true? It could happen on the left, but does not have to. Additionally, it does not happen on the right, where the jacket is red, so B is eliminated. C, 2 wears the navy hat. Yes, that does happen in both of these diagrams, which form all the possibilities for the game, so C is our answer for number 13. D, 2 has the red hat. Does not happen in either scenario. Of course, the hat is navy, not red. D is gone. E, 2 has the red jacket. Happens on the left, but not on the right. So for that reason, E is eliminated, leaving C as our answer for 13.